Congratulations and welcome to the webinar. I am honored to be sharing this with you. You are literally going to love everything about what we're going to do in all of our trainings and what it's going to do for your life. But first, I really want to let you know that you're not alone in this journey. And I'm going to share my journey in a little bit towards the end of this video. But first, I want to talk about a real issue. Did you know that medicine is the leading profession for suicide risk? We will get to why, but first, I want to know a little bit about you. Do you ever feel a sense of pressure to do more with less time? If you do, you're also not alone. We are taught in our profession what to learn, but we're not taught how to learn it in a time where we're expected to learn even faster than ever. Essentially, we're told do more with less, but figure it out on your own. Plus, there's the legitimate worry for potential litigation, for patient demands. And on top of that, prescription adverse drug events result in over 1 million malpractice injuries annually in the US. Plus, there's increased time spent on computers in our profession. Most of us didn't get into medicine to sit behind a computer. So that alone is very anxiety producing. But here's the deal. In the next few minutes, I really just want to quickly open your eyes to how you can eliminate 3 times the stress and gain 3 times the time twice as fast. By making your day easier, becoming a super learner, so you can leverage previous knowledge with neuroplasticity so even the complicated stuff becomes easy. So you can rekindle that joy for medicine and for life again. But before we get to that, I really and truthfully just want to take a moment to acknowledge you because you're really and truthfully someone who gets it. You understand and value you understand the value of investing time and money and energy into becoming a better person for a much bigger return on life. So you can be all that you need to be for those who depend upon you. Most really and honestly just brush off not feeling or performing their best, and you didn't do that. So I really and truthfully am proud of you for just being here right now. But I do have a question for you. By joining us in the challenge, you shared with me that you are looking to get home faster. And I'm curious to know if you'd like to hear how you can use your powerful mind to feel and learn twice as fast. The area in your brain that's responsible for memory, which is the hippocampus, is adjacent to your fight or flight area. That's your amygdala. They have a synergistic relationship. And by leveraging that, I'm able to help my clients minimize stress by maximizing efficiency through overcoming digital dementia. Now, you might be wondering, what is digital dementia? And digital dementia is essentially the reason these phones that are so great, they are actually decreasing the proficiency of our minds. We're relying upon them so much more that we have a learning curve that's going down right now. People are not learning and memorizing things near as fast. Think about when you were a child. You were probably able to memorize phone numbers really easily back then. Now it's a huge challenge because we rely upon these things. Well, that's no different in the medical field. In the medical field, we are given tons of information on a regular basis, but we aren't able to learn how to retain that faster, to download it into our mind so we can know it instantly. And we become stuck relying upon EMRs, electronic medical records. We rely upon databases such as UpToDate or Epocrates, and we use that as our external brain. And it gets us through the moment, but it's actually increasing anxiety because, like I said, we're on our computers more. But then on top of that, we're also not able to retain information near as quickly. So when we do have to remember something, it's that much more stressful. So would you be interested in getting the results that I was talking about before, where you can learn 3 times as fast, decrease 3 times the stress, twice as fast? If so, I really and truthfully have an exclusive offer for you that I've never offered before. But I do want you to know that if you leave this page, the only way to get back here is to buy the challenge all over again. And I'm sure you don't want to have to do that. So this really and truthfully is an exclusive offer that is happening right now. And if you grab it, it's going to help you decrease stress with better results much faster. So have you ever wondered why medicine is a leading profession for suicide? Has all that information been new to you before, or have you already known it before? But the truth is that knowledge information is growing at mind-boggling speeds, and this digital dementia, adding on top of that, is literally a leading cause of our stress and burnout. Plus, EMRs that we talked about before that we rely upon so heavily, they miss up to 33% of drug-drug interactions. So we really and truthfully need to be able to cover our behinds and be able to make sure that we know our stuff. But with that kind of stress hanging over our heads, it's really and truthfully no wonder why we are the leading profession for anxiety and depression. But learning to enact your powerful mind after reading Living Between the Lines, if you grab that, and all the other amazing trainings will be a turning point for you in overcoming these issues, as it has been for countless others. But here's the thing. For a lot of people, knowing what to do to decrease that stress isn't always enough. They're still faced with the tangible stressors discussed earlier, and they get hung up. This forces a lot of people to simply give up on their profession, and I don't want that happening to you. I want to be certain I help you rekindle that joy and excitement for life again. For most of us, knowing how to minimize stress by making practice easier is the major game changer. Can you imagine not getting stressed thinking about the time that you'll be missing with family when a patient has several complaints because you're a super learner who can move through their day with ease? I don't know about you guys, but every time somebody comes to me with tons of new problems and more concerns that I need to help them with, I'm so happy to help them. But honestly, all I can think about is this is going to be more time away from my family. I got tired of feeling that way. So I figured out a training. I built this so I could get myself out of feeling that way. And so I can literally get myself home to my family faster. I want to give this to you guys. So I want you to know, like, what can you imagine it would feel like to remember anything with ease every single day? How? Like I said, by leveraging previous knowledge with neuroplasticity, so even the complicated stuff becomes easy. How would it feel knowing your risk for litigation is less than the average provider because you are a super learner? How much more time and sanity would you have minimizing charting by maximizing memory? Just imagine not clicking through the EMR on a regular basis or having to go back and check yourself all the time because it's all right here. It's already in your mind, and it's in there with ease because you're already going to know all this information, guys. It's just how fast you're going to be able to recall it. So would you invest that extra time that I'm going to find you back into being a family or relaxing, or maybe even a side hustle that brings you financial freedom so you can have even more time on your hands? Or simply, this is what a lot of my clients do, get some much needed sleep. How would it feel to have your family and colleagues notice the shift in you? What would they say? It would feel amazing, right? So if you really want to accelerate this process for yourself, click the button below and I'll add my complete step-by-step peak provider performance memory and stress training to your order and show you right off the bat how to apply this training to remembering the top most common and dangerous adverse drug events that lead to malpractice injury, to further decrease your stress by building your knowledge base so you can learn and retain 3 times the information twice as fast. These are the same systems that are used to turn average Joes into memory champions. Real talk. So you literally know that it works, and it's just for $297. Guys, I've invested so much more into building these trainings for you. And then plus I have applied them directly to the medical professional because this doesn't exist anywhere else. And you can buy this exact same training at healthymindfirst.com for $19.97. All of the trainings together, that's what it adds up to. And believe me when I tell you that it's worth every single penny of $19.97. But I know how powerful this training is, and I want all of my women in medicine who need it to have it. Literally is my passion. That's why I've taken $1,700 off the price to truly make this as affordable as possible. It's your chance to learn directly from me how you can become a super learner. I have covered every single step to ensure that you replicate exactly how peak performance providers maximize time by minimizing learning curves in order to decrease overwhelm, regardless of your educational background or past ability to learn in a matter of hours. And don't worry, just like my book or any other trainings, if you're feeling nervous at all about the videos, just let me know within the next 30 days and I'll give you a full refund. No questions asked. This is 100% guaranteed, no risk to you whatsoever. And if you take me up on this offer, it's going to be a turning point in your life. You'll be moving through your day with even more ease. I'm even going to show you how to easily understand Cytochrome P450 system, quick and easy. And to make this as close to a sure thing as I can, I'm going to give you 24/7 lifetime access to the entire program. So you can be sure this works for you on your busy schedule with results as fast as you want. But in case you still haven't clicked the buy button just yet and you're still on the fence, what do you say I make this a complete no-brainer of an offer? When you grab my Peak Performance Provider training, I'm also going to give you spot-on training for imposter syndrome, fear of practice or doing harm, computer stress, school loan debt stress, burnout, and more. Together, these are the complete mind, body, and soul program for enhancing every aspect of your life. And I really and truthfully mean that. Everything starts right here, guys. Everything starts with transforming your life and hitting every single goal you want in your life. It starts right here. And I want to give that to you. I know because I myself went from stressed, burned out, overworked, overweight, and depressed to leaving the office by 5 most days, being fun-loving mom and wife in the best shape of my life, mentally and physically, even after having a baby. So guys, I shared in some of my other videos that COVID hit and I had a complete breakdown. And I knew in that moment, I was already working 60 hours a day or 60 hours a week in the office. And I was extremely overwhelmed. I didn't see my son any. And I feel horrible for saying this, but I actually regretted going into medicine because it was my passion and I loved it. But really and truthfully, a big part of why I went to family medicine is because I wanted to have a good work-life balance. And I wasn't getting that. And I felt kind of robbed. And maybe that sounds kind of selfish, but I did. I felt overwhelmed all the time. I didn't want to be the person I'd become. I was stressed out. My husband didn't like seeing me in the mornings. He was even avoiding my phone calls at times because he knew that I was just always stressed. And when I learned that there was a way out of that, when I learned that there is something that can change my life and it can change your life, I dug in deep and this has transformed my life. I'm sorry, it really is hard though to think about where I came from and where I am now. And I want to share this with the world because you literally deserve to have happiness. And I promise you, the moment that I decided that God did not put me into medicine and did not put me into medicine in order to suffer, He put me in medicine to thrive. And I knew that and I believed it. My life changed. It transformed. Once I knew that there was a way out, I didn't even know there was a way. Once I just decided to believe that there was a way to make this work for my life, it did. And I found these trainings and I've had to repackage them and put them into a way that it literally applies to medical information because nothing out there, guys, really, it applies to memorizing general stuff, but not necessarily medicine. And that's exactly what I've done with this. And I want that for you as well, because you literally and truthfully do deserve that. So this simply came by working on my mindset and my efficiency. And what holds people back, what other plans lack is that lack of the mindset training. That's where it all starts. And I've helped hundreds of moms overcome this before. So I really and truthfully do know a thing or two about work-life balance because it can be real. And if you still feel selfish doing this for yourself, take the opportunity to love yourself for the sake of your loved ones. You deserve to have a fully balanced life so your light can shine bright for those you love. This is an insane amount of value, guys, and goodies that you're getting, but a life of health is worth the investment alone. And you can grab all of it right now for just $297. That's literally 87% off. So go ahead, click the button below to add my Peak Provider Performance Bundle for $1,700 off the normal price. You won't get another chance to grab these trainings at this price again. So if it feels right, click the button below and get it all for just $297, and I'll see you on the inside.